Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 on the Mysterious JG, and I'm anxious for more of Ryu and his coven of sexy lady ninjas. Whatever. And actually it's apropos that I mentioned that because this video we'll see it'll be our second of the three sort of breaks from playing as Ryu Hayabusa, the Ultimate Ninja, to play as one of his sexy lady friends. We already played as Momiji in what ended up being a one-video digression. Now we're going to play as Racheluuuuuu. I should mention before we get going that it's been a couple of weeks now. I took a little 2-week break from the game, so probably won't make much of a difference because Rachel doesn't play the same as Ryu anyway, so it's going to be a little learning curve trying to get sufficient with Rachel. The last thing I did actually was off screen. I went back and I played through the end of the last chapter again, because it was just really annoying me to have lost that rebirth token against regular werewolves after defeating the boss. So I played through the last bit again, beat the boss, didn't really do significantly better or worse against the boss, but by not switching to the Eclipse Scythe, just because it was there, but sticking with the bow staff, which I had a little bit more confidence with, just did a whole lot better against the at the very end, and didn't end up needing to use the rebirth token. Either way, though, it'll be a whole new Raw, a whole new SmackDown. It'll be it's a whole new chapter now. And I mention that because, like, you know, we're playing as Rachel, so when we go onto our inventory, it won't be immediately apparent that we don't have the same gear, that we still have the rebirth token. Chapter 8, City of the Fallen Goddess. The tranquility restored by Ryu's efforts is shattered by the reappearance of the Archfiend of the Underworld. A beautiful demon hunter descends amidst the skyscraper, stalking the foul creatures that now infest the city. Fighting her way through the endless hordes, she attempts to restore peace and order once again. It's Racheluuuuuu. The Archfiend isn't... I guess the Archdemon must be different from the Archfiend, because the entire plot is that these demons are trying to summon the Archdemon, which would be cataclysmic, and Ryu needs to stop it. Rachel is just going to fight the Archfiend, who's some lesser dude, I guess.
Where is my sworn enemy?
Donald Trump.
Where is the Dragon Ninja?
This guy's big time enemy of Trump's. He
deserted the city.
totally into like a pair of sports and stuff. I guess not. He seems pretty evil. So you're just gonna like take over the city after Ryu leaves? That seems kind of scummy. Oh, you should recognize this lady. Her also practical demon fighting wear. She's gonna look way cooler and more badass in the cinematics than she will be once I start controlling her, because as I recall, she is slow as molasses compared to Ryu.
This is going nowhere.
You telling us?
Ryu never would have left a fiend behind.
Leave no fiend behind is the ninja code.
Swarming up on the depths.
If only Zerfall recognized the ninja code, we wouldn't have left one of our ninja from Otawano to die.
Something's out there.
Something wicked this way comes. And now something sexy this way comes. So, I haven't played in a little while. That was not what we needed to do. Melee weapon, the Inferno Hammer. Rachel's favorite warhammer, massive and powerful. She likes the massive and powerful boys. She has all the combos that she's gonna get, and including Max Pain, triangle, 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 and Snake Eyes, square, 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 circle. What is circle usually for, though? I don't know. Inferno Hammer, a fearsomely powerful two-handed warhammer. It was fashioned by treating the head of an ancient warhammer with a graphene coating and fitting it with a new steel grip. Though powerful when swung normally, with added centrifugal force, it devastates anything unfortunate enough to be in its way. The head is forged from an exotic substance that rivals osmium for sheer density. Legend has it that it was formed when a molten piece of obsidian from a fiery inner circle of hell plunged into the river Cocytus, quenching and crystallizing it into its current form. Sure. And our projectile weapon is the Type 666 heavy machine gun, which is not what I think we had in the last game. It's an anti-fiend machine gun inscribed with special markings. So we have biblical passages on each bullet. Rachel's favorite heavy machine gun. Most would consider it unwieldy, but Rachel's slender arms are more than a match for this monster. Barrel and ammunition are stamped with the anti-demon icon called an Elder Sign, boosting its power when used against lower-level fiends. Designed for rapid fire, it utilizes a blowback system for low recoil, an elegant, uncompromising, superbly made firearm. We also have Magic of Raging Aphrodite. Spell eviscerates enemies with the thorns of deadly roses. An ancient spell for summoning a rose from the underworld. The blood-loving roses from the hereafter spawn a whip of thorns that spins at breakneck speed, tearing nearby enemies to shreds. The demonic roses that dance above the carnage are described as being the crimson tears of the goddess Aphrodite in tales of old. Now, as I recall, the key to winning with her in the last game was countering, and I don't think that's as easy to do in this game. Well, we killed you anyway. Oh, well, I guess we have. Well, there's that one combo that actually involved the circle button. Okay, no, I'm playing on. I'm not playing on a super high difficulty level here, but that wasn't too bad. TN Electronics. TNA. So I don't actually have a fact for this level, but I'm not really all that worked up about it because the fact it's on GameFAQs kind of skips this level. It just talks about the boss a little bit. But the main reason, it's like a reference to Dead or Alive games. But the main reason you need a fact is to try to get all the golden scarabs, and they don't have those in these levels. So okay, so kind of sucking. Their triangle hits are pretty powerful. And their ultimate techniques aren't too bad. Wow. So far, so good with her, actually. No idea which directions I need to go in to advance. Apparently this one. Alright, well that way led to enemies, so let me go these other directions and see if there's treasures. Or if there's just enemies everywhere, not a drop of drink. Oh, fetish costume's gotta be getting ruined by all this rain, though. I don't know, I mean, if is she wearing, like, it's probably not leather, it might be like PVC or something. That's probably going to do better with the drenching rain than leather will. I'm assuming she only owns one of these outfits. I mean, I don't have a lot of experience shopping for dominatrix gear, but I would think it's probably fairly expensive. So hopefully this demon hunting expedition will not result in her ruining her favorite outfit. Now there actually is alternate outfits for the characters in this game, but they're like, you know, paid DLC. I believe Rachel's, all of her outfits in this game can be seen in Warriors Orochi 3, where basically she wears a business suit, like a kind of slutified version of a business suit. Yeah, I gotta say, I guess maybe that guy that I keep saying I'm not going to bring up again was right. Maybe I should be playing this on a higher difficulty level. Maybe I'm getting overconfident and I'm going to get spanked in a second to teach me a lesson. The stage is really dark. Yeah, why have a well-lit stage where we can see our super hot, like, heroine when that's obviously the fact that she's eye candy is supposed to be a big part of the game, when we can instead have her be really difficult to see, like everything else. That seems like a really slow way to kill anything, though. I should have been blocking. Yeah, suddenly I'm not doing well at all. I guess I really did just need to not get so confident. I seem to be doing better against big, slow, lumbering enemies than I am against these little fast guys. Which makes sense with her weapon. Because it does big enough hits to impact even the big enemies. I keep wanting to take my time and explore. I would love to be fully decked out with healing items before we get to that Archfiend guy, because I remember him from Ninja Gaiden Sigma. He was a late game boss. So if he's like the same pattern and the same difficulty, it's not like fighting one of the early game bosses. You were pretty far in the game before we fought that dude. So as ever, let's see if we can kill a few enemies and then backtrack to this healing when we need it. Okay, I can't see where I am. That's not really making this any easier. Like I don't want to get onto that's an elevator. Probably if I get on that and interact with that, I might not be able to go back to the safe statue. Hey, cool. She can do ninja wall jumps in this game. She could not do that in the last game. I actually kind of dug that. Then in the previous game, I mean, the stages that she was in had to be designed a little differently because there were things Ryu could do to maneuver around that she can't. It makes sense that she wouldn't be able to do some of the same ninja wall run stuff. Alright, well, it looks like I'm thinking there's a real strong possibility that going up that elevator will mean we can't return. So let's well, I don't know why I'm checking my items. I have no facts, so I have no way of knowing whether I missed anything here. But let's heal and save. And find out if I'm right about this elevator. I've been playing off-screen a bit of Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge, as I've mentioned, and in that game you do have several characters you get to play as in certain modes. You can go through the stages from the main story, and there won't be cinematics anymore, but you can still play through them as characters other than Ryu. But everybody has the exact same like movement mechanics. So I guess basically with the end of the original Ninja Gaiden Sigma, they decided to get rid of all concept that people other than Ryu shouldn't be allowed to do super ninja wall jumps. I mean, it makes sense, Ionic. And actually, you know what? In that game, everyone you play as is pretty much a qualified ninja, so... You know what? There might be more enemies coming. Ah! Speed on smart. And sexy. Trying to actually change my camera angle to where I can see what's going on better. I'm not going for this. I'm not trying to get like, let's look at Rachel's crotch, but I can't. Because I figure if enemies jump in, we're going to want to be ready to go with an ultimate attack. Well, here they are, and they hit me with range, so that was silly. Doing UTs, which is where your main tactic is always supposed to be. Guy using ranged attacks is just gonna get old. But I guess the elevators... God damn it! I was looking right at him. There's a statue right there. So I guess we are we at the top of this thing now? Oh, I have a feeling we'd save at the statue and then we go up another couple flights on the elevator. Yep, that's what it is. Alright, well let's get set for a ultimate attack and hopefully not get trapped at the crotch view again. Okay, this is actually kind of useful. View than this. That worked out well. Oh, cinematic time. Wow, our breasts barely evaded that attack. Oh, that's right. She has ninja rope. Ironically, the only non-ninja character in the game is the only one with what I always think of as ninja rope, thanks to Worms. Not Worms 2, not Worms Armageddon, just Worms for the DOS computer system. Oh, come on, I didn't even know there was enemies here. Here we go, take advantage of this dumb AI. Assuming I'm able to hurt them. I think I'm hurting them. Yeah, I've got them kind of stuck where they're not able to hit me. Alrighty. Didn't actually do anything for me coming over here, so she can't climb that slight incline. It's beyond her meager abilities. I mean, obviously she's a pinup girl. She's meant to be TNA. I do appreciate the fact that Rachel is like they throw in Ryu as the speed character, and then in the first alternate character we get to play as to Ryu, the sexy chick, instead of making her like, oh, she's like Ryu but faster and does less damage, like, no, she's the fucking tank. I really actually dig that. Ooh. So maxed out on that. There is no blacksmith. Don't think we're going to be able to afford a talisman of rebirth, so we might as well max out our Devil's Way mushroom too. Because yeah, I don't think we're going to get enough cash as Rachel to be able to afford a talisman of rebirth. We probably don't have time. Although if we get even close, I'm going to regret that I wasted money on those mushrooms, because I feel like they are probably not going to be as important. Heal and save. It's possible that I'll take a bunch of damage and wish I could backtrack to that statue, but it'll take long to regret. It took no time at all for me to regret that decision. I've made mistakes in my life, folks. Damn. I'm so terrible against these little fast guys. I'm trying to do the same. His little corpse dropped off the edge there. Stop for a minute. We had ninja running like a pro. Stop for a minute. We had encountered. Oh yeah, this is probably the end of the stage. I really should have saved my save statue until after we took out those handful of guys. That seems to be the pattern. The added Sigma stages for the girls are fairly short.
Are you searching for the Dragon Ninja as well?
Yep. We should team up and find them together.
Somehow, I suspect we have different reasons for...
You mean you don't want to fuck Ryu?
It doesn't matter. You'll never find him.
I'll kill him before you can. Wait.
Now go back to the underworld where you belong.
I'm gonna go to shoot skill.
A fragile little doll.
Yeah, not quite.
Trying to take on a greater fiend.
You're a greater fiend? I guess he's an archer.
Very well. Show me what you can do.
I'm curious, since we never got to encounter each other in the previous game. Alright, so he's gonna fly around and be a pain in the ass. Okay, so you gotta get better at dodging him. Probably need to clear out his goon squad before I can do much of anything anyway. I'm not doing well here, am I? Okay. Machine gun echo. Damn it. Finally get him on the ground and I don't do anything in time. Alright. Let's get some Devil Ways mushrooms, because they're the only thing I've been able to use to hit them so far. I'm not fast enough to get up to him and hit him after a
avoiding whatever. I'm mistiming the dodges, I guess. Oh man, I thought I finally was going to get a chance to do something to him. Yeah, I had a fun time fighting his little henchman, but boy, am I sucking against him. Get in there and hit him. Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm supposed to be avoiding his little charges. But I'm not. And I don't want to just spam all my magic, because I feel like at some point he might respawn those guys. Or maybe not. I'm not going to complain if he doesn't. Yeah, here they come. Oh wait, there he is. He's hanging out. I'm trying to use my magic here. I'm out of... No, I still got plenty of healing left. I mean, I'm probably gonna just muscle my way through this basically, but no, why not just finish it with magic? That's what's done most of the damage anyway. Oh, great, I missed with it. Well, I actually have to figure out the proper way to do this. It's not really a Sigma game if you use magic to defeat the boss. Get off my horn. Yeah, phallic symbols really bother me. Fox. Anyway, that's not. Solidus doesn't say Fox die. It was that demon like reaching.
Dawn has come.
But there were a couple more of those lesser fiends running around attacking. I believe some of those Electro guys are still up here trying to kill me as I talk. I just picture the Archfiend like reaching dramatically towards the American flag and the freedom it symbolizes, knowing that with his defeat, the Patriots will grow even stronger as he falls backwards. You know, his efforts to launch a coup against the evil power of the Patriots have failed. The Archfiend. Really, he was the true hero all along, folks. Anyway, just in case I really feel a desperate need to go play through that again off screen, I'll save in a different slot, I guess. But that's pretty much it for that chapter, folks. So I don't know what to make of that. I feel like I did that. I'm feeling more and more like, shoot, I should have played this on the normal difficulty because I can't relish in my victories at all. So played through the Rachel stage, which I was a little nervous about being able to actually play at all well as Rachel, since she plays so much differently from Ryu. But in fact, unlike playing as Momiji, where I did have to, we did die once or twice, as I recall. Got through that whole thing with spammed a bunch of health items at the end to get past the boss, but all in all, fairly successful. Which just makes me, again, just makes me kick myself and feel like I should be playing on a higher difficulty stage. But it was fun to get to see Rachel again. She has no part in the plot, as basically this is her only appearance, and it's her in New York commenting on the fact that Ryu is not around, and then she disappears from the story forever after. She does not appear in Ninja Gaiden 3 or Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge. which does feature brief story appearances for Ayane and Momiji. Actually, Momiji plays a bigger part in the main story of Ninja Gaiden 3 than Ayane does. But Ayane actually gets her own story stages to play as in Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge, which I don't think are part of regular Ninja Gaiden 3. And Kasumi from the Dead or Alive games is in Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge, but she doesn't show up in any plot for any of these games at all. She's just there as like a bonus that you can, play as her if you feel like it. Yay. But I believe this is the end of Rachel having any kind of story, unless you count Warriors Orochi 3, which I think must have come out around the same time, because her two outfits in Warriors Orochi 3 are her default outfit and her you can buy it as DLC outfit from this game. And Ayane's outfits in Warriors Orochi 3 are the ones from this game as well. So I guess if you're a big Rachel fan, you can go play Warriors Orochi 3, which has 8 billion characters, none of whom have much of a story at all. But that's it. As far as big character development for Rachel, the demon hunter with demon blood in her veins, trying to avenge her dead demon sister while dressed as a dominatrix. There's not going to be a whole lot more character behind her than that. I am the Mysterious JG. I want to thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of Ninja Gaiden Sigma. When we come back, we'll be back to playing as Ryu, the Ultimate Ninja.